This is a picture of Tower 88. It's currently positioned at 1100 Virginia Drive, the former Expo Center parking lot. The cone to the rear of Tower 88, straight ahead of us, is the front edge of the new Firehouse. Extending in front of it, the first cone is the edge of sidewalk for the proposed Firehouse along Fort Washington Avenue. The second cone is the other side of the sidewalk. The third cone in front of you is the curb. So going in reverse, the curb along the edge of Fort Washington Avenue. The sidewalk are the two cones closer together, approximately 4.5 to 5 foot. To the rear of the truck, you'll see a cone representing the front of the Firehouse. The actual door to the Firehouse would probably be about 12 inches in from that. This is the same shot, a little closer to Tower 88. The truck has not moved, nor have the cones moved. And you can see that the rear of the Firehouse is probably about 2 foot off the nozzle. Okay, here we are in the officer's seat of Tower 88. Engineer Squadrito is going to drive us out. The tower is positioned about 4 foot into the building. This cone right there represents the front wall of the building, front wall. We're going to be proceeding out of the station, and we're going to be making a right turn heading north on Fort Washington Avenue towards Susquehanna. Go ahead, Tony, give it a try. The first two cones on your left are sidewalk, first two cones on your right are sidewalk. The cones directly ahead of us represent the center line of the road. And we're off and heading north. Here we are again with Tower 88 parked in the station. The two front cones represent the front wall of the station. It's about 4 foot into the bay. The first two cones are the 5 foot sidewalk. The next cone, roughly in line, is the edge of curb. To the far side, the two cones together in the middle are the 5 foot sidewalk. And the two cones on the opposite side are the curb for Fort Washington Avenue. All the cones on the left represent the center line of the roadway. We'll start the truck out and see that they're not going to be hitting the sidewalk. The sidewalk has a flare behind it, so the truck could go over the sidewalk anywhere between the inside face of sidewalk and the edge of the curb. Truck's headed off on Fort Washington Avenue. Tower 88 is now facing me. The cones located to my right represent the curb line on the north side of the new Firehouse property. The Twyford homestead being also to the right. So if you can imagine this, the tower's just come off of Fort Washington Avenue and it's headed toward the rear of the station. As we go to my left, these cones along the back represent the end of the parking stalls. So this whole line of cones is the end of the parking stalls on the back side of the station. The cones located away from me, 4 cones upright, 2 down, represent the back door of the center bay to the apparatus room that the tower would be stationed in. The cones are much higher than the curb would be, so if the truck were to cantilever over those cones, it would not be a problem. And the tower's back in the station with room to spare.